India is preparing to counter stiff US tariffs by pivoting to new markets and offering incentives for exporters, even as Prime Minister Narendra Modi vows to protect the interests of the country's farmers and fishermen.
भारत अपने किसानों के, पशुपालकों के और मछुआरे भाई बहनों के हितों के साथ कभी भी समझौता नहीं करेगा.
The government is scrambling to mitigate the impact of the tariffs, which now total 50% on some Indian goods entering the US. The plan, which was discussed in a series of meetings with export councils and trade organizations, is to develop a strategy that doesn't involve retaliation, as reported by Mint, quoting 3 people aware of the matter. The report also stated that as part of initiative, India is considering sending trade representatives to friendly nations to study their markets and generate demand for Indian goods. The government is also looking into setting up trade desks in underserved regions like Africa, Latin America, Eastern Europe, which could unlock more than $60 billion in untapped export potential. One of the sources quoted in the report mentioned that these new markets are actively looking for reliable and cost-effective suppliers in areas where India, especially its MSMEs, holds a competitive edge, whether it is pharmaceuticals, textiles, engineering goods, agri or non-agri machinery, processed foods, or IT services. In addition to seeking out new markets, the government is also considering offering financial relief to exporters, people quoted in the report told Mint. One option under discussion is to raise the duty drawback rate from 1% to as high as 5% to help exporters absorb the added tax burden. Another is to reintroduce the interest equalization scheme, which offers exporters a subsidy on interest rates to lower borrowing costs. These initiatives would be funded by a new 20,000 crore rupees export promotion mission. The tariffs threaten to disrupt trade flows between the two countries, which totaled $86.5 billion in Indian goods exported to the US in the last fiscal year. Sectors like textiles, engineering goods, marine products, and gems and jewelry are particularly vulnerable and could see exports fall by as much as 40% if the tariffs persist, according to analysts. The measures are an attempt to protect India's economic growth, which some economists fear could slip by 20 to 30 basis points to around 6.2% in the current fiscal year if the new tariffs are enacted. For more information and details on this, do check out Mint's latest report.